Hello, everyone, and welcome. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. Thursday. Didn't know what day it is. That tells you my day. Um, I am excited to be here to talk about some cards that we don't like to talk about, that we don't like to make. And you're thinking, what? I love to make cards. There aren't cards I don't like to make. But sympathy cards are never any fun to make. And I know I used to make them to have on hand, but when I started doing that, like maybe it was just coincidence, but people started dying. So I stopped making sympathy cards and I just make them when I need them now. But these cards also are not traditional. They're not going to have the word sympathy on them because they don't need to, right? Like what you say and how you give it to somebody is really going to determine what is going to make this card and what occasion it's for. So you can always use like a hello or a thinking of you. You don't have to use with deepest sympathy. You don't have to use all of those. So oh yes, Angel, I was going to say Angel is behind the badge today. I'm glad to have her angel wings. I have had vertigo for about a week-ish now. So I'm glad to have the angel wings. Hopefully she can keep me straight up, right side up. And Evie's here. Hello, Evie. I'm excited to see ya. Excited to see all of you, to have you join me. And if you don't feel like making a sympathy card today, make it any card you want. The set I've chosen has lots of beautiful sentiments. So off we go. So let me flip my camera down and we will get started with our project. Okay, so as you can see, we are first of all, we're crooked. For those of you that may not know, I'm in the process of moving. So some of my stuff is a little spread out. Some stuff is where it shouldn't be, and it's a whole thing. I don't know. But I have plenty of time before I move, so I'm not in a rush. And my dear friend Pam Bodeker, as many of you know Pam, gave me some wonderful advice of packing a box here, packing a box there. So it's been good, especially being under the weather with vertigo. All right, so today I wanted to do the Stencil Art Ditsy Flowers wallpaper, possibly. I pulled two different things today because I would rather have too many things pulled out than to be like, oh, sorry, I had one card idea, gotta go. So, but I don't know how that would happen with this Magnolias set. So I don't know that we'll get to the Stencil Art, but I did pull it to have it handy. I think it's great. I actually would use this color scheme myself for a sympathy card, so to speak. But if it's something you wouldn't use that kind of color combo, the blues, the teals, and the pinks, you could substitute like a purple, a gray, maybe a darker orange, not a bright orange, right? Oh yes, I've been purging. my my mom's friend keeps coming down and I keep filling her car with crafty things. So she's she's having fun going through things. So so it's good to get rid of some stuff. And so so I would just change up the color scheme, right? To a purple, a teal, and you could do a purple, teal, and gray, a purple, teal, and like a warm and cozy. You want that darker orange color. You don't want like a nice bright orange color that is like, hello, I mean, there are no rules really, I don't think, with sympathy cards. I don't think you want to go in like with hot pink unless that was their favorite color or something. But yes, this is one. And I will tell you, I've seen some of the upcoming stencil arts. Make sure you check the day they're released because they're phenomenal and they are going to sell out. There are also some creative cuts coming up that are going to sell out instantaneously. Mini Delight that's going to sell out instantaneously. Oh my God, they're awesome. They're awesome, you guys. I'm so excited for what's coming. So pay attention on release days, you guys. Go check stuff out. And we have one coming up June 5th, I think it said on the website. So make sure to check those out. But yeah, this is a beautiful set. So we're going to put this to the side for today because I think I was silly to think we would need more than a Craft Your Life kit. I mean, come on, who needs more than a Craft Your Life kit? So I thought we would create the beautiful Magnolias. And because we live in our own little world, as my husband loves to say, we have to, or sorry, as my son loves to say, I live in my own little world. We can create these any color we want. So I think we're going to do that today. Although I think a pink, as long as it's not like a really bright, flashy, hot pink, I think, could be pretty. All right. So let's get started. I think you could also even, I don't think I'm going to use the embossing folder today. Oh, I know, Evie, and the mini delights just keep getting better and better and better. The dies that come with the stamp sets are blowing my mind. Like our product development team, oh, they're fantastic. So this I'm going to set aside, okay? This, I think I wasn't going to do this today, but because I love you all so dearly and you guys did come to visit me today, I think we're going to pull out some paste to put on a card. Because I think even though, right, that it's a sympathy card, that doesn't mean no color, no, nothing special. Let's see what color we would like to use. I was thinking a gold, maybe silver, maybe a silver, maybe this is my favorite one. Let's use my favorite. I hope it's in stock, and if it's not, I'm so sorry. This is brushed pyrite. This is my favorite. I feel like silver and gold had a baby. It's like this beautiful champagne-y color that I just love so much. I got to put my press and seal on here. But I love it. Love it. Okay. So we're going to start. Let's put our ink down first. And I think I'm going to do some orange flowers, you guys. So I think we're going to do a teal vase. We're going to be fancy today. We're going to be fancy, folks. And I'm going to have my vase go down off the page so it looks like it's sitting off the page. Okay. And if the brushed pyrite is not in, my sincerest apologies for using it. I really, as most of you know, craft, as my grandmother would say, by the seat of my pants, meaning I never have a plan. I just embrace. Okay, I've been using my satin masking tape for packing, and now it's missing. It's missing. Oh, goodness gracious. I know those will be, should be coming back into stock pretty soon, you guys. So keep the old eyeball out for those. Oh, love Amy R. Amy R. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Okay. So I'm going to put that there just to hold that in place. So we're going to go ahead, since I'm going to do my flowers orange, okay? I love, as I just mentioned, I love a teal orange combo. So we're going to go, I'm not going to use the lightest color. I'm going to take Volcano Lake Lagoony. I'm missing Lydia, so I had to get out the Lagoony, of course. We were talking one day, and it was like, what color would you be at Altenew, right? And Lydia really put a lot of thought into it. And I'm like, what are you thinking about? You're Lagoony. You have to be Lagoony. So it was funny because we always think of Lydia on Lagoon. All right, so here we go. So I'm just using whatever is left on my teal blending brush. Okay. And if you want to, you can keep it this light, right? This is super duper light. Let's go. We'll wiggle a little bit. I just don't want to move my piece there. There we go. So it's super duper light, right? But like, you don't want like super dark with this. You don't want to go super duper dark. Oh my goodness. These people keep calling me and I have no idea who they are. It's been worse over the past few days. Like, I don't know who you people are. All right, so I'm putting a volcano lake on here. Okay. Which it looks like it might have been the last color that I used. Now, knowing this is going to do the top of the balls, Lydia Laguni, yes, I like it. I like it. Now I'm just taking a little bit of the lagoon and I'm going to, oh, I don't have a blending, oh, there it is. Okay. Like I don't have a mini blending tool in my teal section. All right, so here we go. It's a little roughed up. Its hairs are going a little sideways. All right, so the plan was to kind of keep it lighter. That plan is out the window because I started crafting and I'm heavy-handed. So we're going to just embrace it. And I did not check my tool before I got all excited and started blending. Look how whimsical it looks, though, because it's not blended. It's going to look all whimsical. I know that's the thing. We got to have a color named for Lydia. Lydia Laguni. Oh, goodness. If it was named for me, it would be Looney Laguni. There we go. Because I'm silly. But hey, if you can't be silly when you're crafting, when can you be silly per se? All right, and then this is emerald. I'm just coming in with emeralds and I'm putting it like on the sides, going in a little bit because I want to emphasize the shape, right? So if I come in on the sides, it's going to lead this to look more cylindrical and to look more rounded, so to speak. Rounded, cylindrical. You guys know. There's Pam there. I was just bragging up, Pam, about your good advice about packing. That I've been taking it. I've been heeding it. Oh, gosh. I don't even want to put this on there now. But because I love you all and I gave you my word, I'm going to do it. But I just want you to know it's so pretty. But it's going to be even prettier, isn't it? That's what you guys just have to tell me. You have to say, Bridget, it's going to be even prettier. Do it, do it, do it. You got it. Add the paste. Add the paste. All right. I've been alone a lot today. Can you tell? I haven't seen people in a while. Okay. I'm very excited, but I'm always very excited to craft. Pam can attest. I'm like this in person too. I think Pam's the only one here that's met me in person. Besides, I don't know if Karen's here. Karen's here. Hi, Karen. I didn't see your name, but okay. So we got this. Do ba doo doo ba doo be doo boo. Do boo 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 ba doo be doo. Okay, there we go. And I don't want to fit that in the little tiny opening that's there, so I'm just going to put this on here and maybe we'll add something to it at some point, or maybe it will go in a box to go to Tracy, but it's really pretty. So we'll set that aside. We'll just leave that. And hopefully I have a baby wipe. If not, I know I have water. Okay, I do have a baby wipe. Yay. My Altenew stuff, of course, will be the last stuff to be packed like the week before. So all my Altenew stuff is still hanging around, but everything else is getting packed. My cubes behind me are mostly empty. I would say about 75% are empty. My upstairs is about 90% packed. Just like cleaning stuff in the bathroom, that kind of, stuff like that can't be packed. And then I have the closet. I've been having fun with those suction bags, putting all the clothes in those. It's been fun. Okay. Quebecians? Quebecois? Okay. All right. I watched a movie and it had some, what was it? Francais say, huh? Or something last night. Okay, see, it does look pretty. That's all you guys had to tell me. So it was going to look even prettier once it was done. That I just needed to trust the process, trust the shimmer paste. All right, and now we got to get to die cutting, my friends, because we have used 16 minutes. We have 44 minutes to make some magnolias. Woo! I got little bits and bobs of stuff going around. All right, oh, this is clean, so that's good news. All right. We're going to set this to the side. Look how pretty. So pretty. I am moving to a place about the same size. I haven't been in the house in about 5 years, so I don't remember. I own a house in Kennebunk as well, so I'm moving to Kennebunk for many reasons, but one in particular that I'll announce later. Hold on, let me open this. I'm just going to start die cutting the pieces while I gab. You guys know I got to gab and die cut. So it's about the same size. It's still a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, but I think the bedrooms are a little bit smaller. So I don't recall. So that's going to be fun figuring out. But I do have time. So, you know, that's the good part about owning both houses is I don't have a landlord breathing down my neck. Like, when are you leaving? Get out, you know? So, I mean, I do want to make sure I get situated as soon as possible because, you know, I want to get my other place on the market for renting here, this house. So yeah, but no, I've had some rough days for a couple of reasons with the move, but nothing that has to do with me, so to speak. I'm not nervous about it. I actually, since I made the decision, I feel very relieved. And I'm very excited about the new journey. So I'm very excited about moving. I think good things are going to come. And every time I get nervous, I'm just like a mile from the beach. You can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. At least I can't argue with myself yet. I haven't found a good argument for that one. So I'm just like, I keep telling myself, I'm like, you're going to be a mile from the beach. What do you have to say about that? A mile from the beach. So yeah. And I, again, haven't come up with a good argument that I've beat myself with. So, but no, I'm very excited. Excited at the possibilities. Excited I get to design a new craft office, so to speak. You know, I'm going to get some IKEA drawers finally. It is closer to the ocean. Yes. So I will be within walking distance to the ocean. Ah, it slid. All right. I got to cut it again. I should have glued it down or taped it down. Did I? No. Why would I do that? All right. And that one cut fine. We'll just cut these again. And actually, you know what we're going to do? This is usually the smarter way if you own this machine. This is kind of the smarter thing to do. I never do it this way, but it really is the smarter way to do it. All right, we're just going to cut those on there. Is to put the magnet down, put the paper, and then run it through. And I never do it that way. And then I'm always like, oh, yeah, I should have done that. I am moving to Kennebunk. Very excited. Still going to be be a Maine girl. I will probably always be a Maine girl. But I will be an ocean girl. So I'm excited about that. All right. Here we go. Now, people that have the Spellbinders Glimmer hot foil system, this you get with it, and it's a little magnetic thing. You can also buy it if you don't have the hot foil system, but you like this. It picks up dies. It's magnetic. So I use it for my dies. And then that way it's easier for me to kind of manhandle them and move them around and get them where I want them to be. All right. Okay. And then squish her down. Okay. Ah! Knocking stuff over. I know. Why do it the smart way? I mean, come on. You got to do it the, oh goodness, what was I thinking way, right? Is there any other way to do it? I don't know. All right. We should have all of our pieces. Yeah, yes. Woohoo! We're doing good, guys. Yay! Oh, it is getting toasty in here. It's like 76 here today. And you're not supposed to do that either. You're not supposed to bang dies out. That's really bad. So I'm going to be good and get my little picker tool. Oh no, I think my lawn guy's here. I say, oh no, because I think he's going to knock on the door, but I have to ignore him. Yep. All my security cameras are going off. Okay. Oh, it was supposed to rain today. He usually mows on Thursdays, but it was supposed to rain. So I didn't expect to see him. Apparently neither did Patrick. He just came running in from the other room. Okay, here we go. Do-do-do-boop-a-doobie. Okay, just making sure I get everybody, all the kids are coming out of the pool here, because I can always pull the pieces I need. And I have extras because I ran that through twice, and I've got some extra of the little arrows and doodads in there, but we should be all set. Okay. Oh, no anxiety, nothing but calmness and love. Okay. I'm going to go. So this is like, I think you can do this one. So for a sympathy card, I feel confident in using this color combo. I have no problems with it. Okay. It's not like a bright, shiny yellow or orange. It's kind of a subdued, more subtle kind of orange tone. And then it does get darker, but it's subtle to me. So I'm going to go with the subtleness and call that good. Okay. Hello, everyone. All right. So we got the peachy glow. All right. And then we are going to honestly just take our pieces and put them on. I'm not really particular about what they belong to, whether they're an arrow or a snowman or what family they come from. I'm not particular. I just want all of my pieces to be on here. The little pieces like this petal, I'm going to save because those are where I'm going to want to add some details. I do want to put them upright. So, oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me move my pile here. Maybe if I move it off screen, I won't scare Charlene. There we go. Okay. So I have my mat and I'm just randomly putting my pieces on here. Okay. Because we're just going to add some color. And so we just want to get a little color on here. And I can add some sectioned color as we go through to these. I can also go ahead and use this one, my Sun-Kissed Delights. Now I've used this before, so I'm going to carefully, okay, and I didn't use the darkest color on it, so that's good news. So I'm going to go back into my Peachy Glow. This, I keep one for each family. Keep a large one for each family. So I'm going to go in and I just want to get some Peachy Glow on there. Okay. So no rhyme, no reason, just getting some color put on there. I don't know if I'll use all the colors. I'm thinking I might just use the first 3, but we'll see because I'm liking the way this looks. I like the softness of this. So now we can move these guys. So now I'll put them in piles. So I have my keyhole, I have my arrow. Because if I do bring them back to the mat, so to speak, it's like wrestling. They're coming to go to the mats. If I bring them back, I will be adding like color to them, specific color. So we're going to keep them in their families now, but then we'll bring on the other guys and get these put on here. Again, I'm trying to keep them in the correct orientation that they go. Oh, I got a couple pieces there. Okay. So that the color kind of goes on in the right manner. Don't know what that other piece was, but again, I'm not particularly paying attention at this juncture to what the keyhole design is. Oh, and some of mine got an extra keyhole shape on the flower petal. That's all right. We'll just put it under something. Okay, so here we go. Use my da da da. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Okay. Here we go. So again, just super duper straightforward. So the reason I have them upright is, see, I can come in with this large tool and add really right in the center. I can get some nice peachy glow color in there. Okay. So this way, I know they're in the right orientation. But keeping it a little different as well, still similar, because I don't want to have for this, I think it's one thing if you have like softness on some petals and stuff, but I definitely do not want to have them be so different from layer to layer. So I'm trying to keep it so that the coloring is rather similar. Now, if you are trying this later, or if you're crafting along with me, make sure to clean your desk after also, because my brush did go swung wide off the mat there. So you want to make sure that you clean up all the areas. I feel so popular right now because my watch is going insane because they're mowing the lawn. I'm going to start putting the pieces down at the bottom that I'm going to use for my petals. And I'm putting them the way I think they're going to go. Are they going to go that way in the end? I don't know. Do I hope so? Yes, I do. And some of these I've cut twice. So that's okay. It's all right. Okay, because remember, I had a little difficulty there for a hot second. All right. And then I think what we're going to do is we have our center pieces here, right? So these are all just center pieces. And that's not, this is the little butterfly piece. These, I think I'm going to use the darker colors where they're like the center of the flower. And since we're making up kind of our own magnolia, I'm just going to go with it. And there are some pieces that are little petal pieces. I don't want to add those. I don't want to fuss with those right now. I'm not gonna. So you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this other piece there. Get that hooked up. And this other one. All my little pieces in the center. We got right there. Okay. Those are all the other like little petal pieces. Again, I am not committing to those. I've got them off to my side. They haven't gone in the bin yet because I don't know. I might use them. I'm thinking no. Like that's my thought is no. But because I don't want to fidget with the little pieces at the moment. So, but I might want to in 30 seconds. You never know with me, So I'm going to stick with it and hang on to them because I've only used one color so far, right? So now what we're going to do, these pieces up here and down here, some were yellow, some were green on the layering guide. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to come in and I'm going to go light on these ones here. And these are supposed to be green on the guide, but my Magnolia doesn't have those pieces. So there, I'm going to go dark on these ones. And that's not even as dark as I could go. I could go up to the melted butterscotch, okay? But, you know, or you could do, these would be pretty, I think if you added a little gray in there, I think that would be really pretty as well. Let's see. All right. Oh, yes, the micro blenders, my friends, the secret to blending. All right. And then this, I'm just going to come in. Now, this is the second color. This is Golden Honeycomb. Now, I do have a little bit of the Amber Blaze because, right, I just did those center pieces on there. Plus, I also have excess, I would say, of the Peachy Glow on my mat, right? Because I've blended a lot of the Peachy Glow. But I'm just going to blend on the Golden Honeycomb and add that. And I'm just kind of guesstimating which direction it thinks I was going. So, and I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong at what way I thought this was going to go. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. So now let's come in and let's see. I wanted to do two things. Oh, there we go. I feel pretty good about my time right now. Okay. Because I had an idea. I want to do something with you guys. I always like to do something different. So, all right. But let's clean up the color first. It's like step one. Put your socks on when you get up. Step one, clean up all the extra ink. Okay. Here we go. Oh, goodness. Hello. Patrick is here, if you hadn't seen him. Here he is. Okay. So we are going to, on the back, you can see, now I have to bifocal it up. The top one is the keyhole. So I'm going to start with my keyhole flower. Patrick is kind of trapped here. If you can hold on just 1 second. I'm teaching. Can you come back? Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. Told the lawn guy. He kept knocking. I felt bad. Okay, told the lawn guy. Can you come back? I'm teaching. Okay, so here we go. We have all of our keyhole pieces, and I may have extras, right? Because remember, I cut Funky Monkey, and then I was like, that's all right. But look at this. See, I like having this because I have 2 of these pieces, and I have 2 pieces that because I use that. This is so pale. It almost looks like this has that yellowish tone coming in. So I love that I have those options. And I love that because I used that big brush, I'm getting those options. And I'm seeing them as I move throughout my flowers here. So let's get some glue. And what do I have on my desk? Is this open? No, it's not. We need glue, though. We need glue, glue, glue. Glue. Well, the things you think you have right next to you. I had one. I think the cats took off with it because I had one right up on my whatchamahoosit, which I know you guys know exactly what I mean by that. My die cutting machine. That's the whatchamahoosit I was referring to in this instance. Okay, so we're going to. Oh gosh, it's not open. That would take me a while. This one does Mount Glusuvius. I always have issues with glues. Okay, yes. No, I took Patrick. Yes, I did take Patrick off the desk as well. And he took the camera with him. He loves my camera, unfortunately. The camera loves him, but the camera does not love him like playing with it. So he likes to bite the wires and stuff. And I'm like, you guys cost about the same. So let's not say we did. Okay, so here we go. We're getting 1 and 2 put together. Okay, so we got 1 and 2 layered together. Then we're going to come in with 3. I'm just seeing if I have any other 3 options. No, I just have this one, but I like this one too because it's got a nice tone on it. Okay. Woohoo! Knocking things down. Knocking it down. That means we're having a lot of fun, right? If we're breaking down the house. Breaking down the house. Toot, toot. Okay, and here we go. Oh, we got to put this one on. Our 4. And I would say too, as you're doing this, if you want more color in your center, so meaning coming out of your magnolia at this point, this is the point I would say add it, right? Because on here, so this, I think this was the color, the little one I used. I didn't use the teal one, I know. So this one, right, I can come in and I can add some of that and I can bring that out. Wrong color. I thought I had the right color, but that's all right. It's okay. It'll be okay. And then, so that's the point because we're going to cover this, right? So this is the point where if you want to add any extra details to this, this is the now. Now, if you want to go wild, and I mean wild, right? This is where you can bring in your artist markers. You can bring in your colored pencils. If you would cut these out of watercolor paper, you can bring in watercolors. And you can ink blend on watercolor paper. It is surprisingly amazing how beautiful it looks on watercolor. I was flabbergasted. I was like, oh my gosh, on watercolor paper, it blends that beautifully. It is gorgeous. Okay, so I liked it better before, but that's okay. We're gonna keep pushing through. Can I say why this glue is different than others? I'm using the Lawn Fawn glue at the moment. That until the Altenew glue comes out is my lovely glue of choice. I've used Barely Art over the years. I've used them all at one point or another, I think. I've tried them all. And the Lawn Fawn one I like the best at this point. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this. Now, because I didn't change the center colors, I can add the little pieces in. Oh, I didn't color the one. I call him Senior Pickle because it looks like a pickle in the middle of a flower. So I did not color him. I was actually eating the first time I had to go to the store and buy pickles that I made this because I was like, ooh, I don't have any pickles. I need some pickles. So there's that one. I don't know. I don't know if I like the color as much as I wish it was the right color, but that's okay. That's all right. It's no biggie at all. So, and I should have added this here as well. Okay, so we're going to add this with some foam tape, of course, right? I mean, I am Bridget Casey still, right? I got to add that. Yeah, the keyhole system is the magic, my friends. If you have not tried the keyhole system, it is the magic. I know I can't find my Altenew tweezers. Those are missing. My scissors are missing. I think they're honestly, I've been admitting this freely. I've been home from Pam's house about 6 weeks. My suitcase still isn't unpacked. So it's, I'm in the middle of packing, guys. Why would I unpack the suitcase? So I have a lot of my Altenew stuff in there. My scissors, my tweezers. I gotta find them. I know I have more in here, but yeah, I'm like, I'm moving. Why should I unpack this suitcase? Okay, that's gonna be my excuse for everything now. I'm moving. Why do I need to do that? Okay. All right, and these, because the numbers are a little harder to see with all these bright lights on me, I'm just going to put them. So 1, 2. Oh, goodness. Then they switch to dots. Okay, 4, 2, 2. Oh, that's because that's the arrow. Oh, my gosh. I'm a silly goose here. A 1 and a 2. Okay, so the snowman only has 2 pieces. Should have 3. All right, I'm missing a snowman piece. Snowman, bring me a dream. Make it not snow. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh, it's over on my mat. Oh, goodness gracious, you guys. My brain is fried today. I know, Geraldine. I would like to ask Charlene what the Oh Bridget is for, but I can just assume one of many things. I can just assume it's lots of things, Charlene. Oh gosh. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of things. But Charlene knows. I've met Charlene in person too. So Charlene knows me. So she gets me. She understands. She knows. She knows. Okay. Doobie doobie doobie. All right, snowman. Yeah, I've been editing video, not editing videos, but getting them ready to edit today. Oh, and I put my 2 on the back. Oh my goodness. See? So my brain at this point is a little fried. I've been watching wonderful videos all day. We have some amazing classes coming up, and then working on some new ideas for new classes because we love new classes. And then, all the excitement surrounding cozy. I mean, it can just go by one word. It doesn't even need the comfort at the end because everybody knows cozy. You're like, oh yeah, cozy. Just know. All right. Doop-a-doop. Okay, so we're up to piece 4, and I think that's good. Then we're going to go ahead and we are going to put our little petal piece on here. Yep, that one. And we're going to put it on with some foam tape. Okay. Doo-boop-boo-doop-boo-doobie. Yeah, don't unpack. Why not? I mean, I'm just saving time, right? I'm being efficient. I think in another term they call that lazy, but I'm going to go with efficient. I'm being efficient. Oh, gosh. Okay. LOL. All right. Oh, look, we got another magnolia. And just now, listen. You can't go too wild with the foam tape, right? You can add it to almost every layer, and it's going to be gorgeous. So, oh, I forgot the section. I forgot the center sections. I got too excited about the snowman. That's all right. He'll be fine. He'll be all right. Actually, I have another snowman. Okay, let's do another snowman. This time we'll actually put all the pieces on there. Except those little itty bitty ones, because we didn't do the petals. We were like, petals? No petals today. But you know what? Nobody's gonna know. How cool is that? So if you're in a rush, you're like, wow, I wish I could make the magnolias. They're gorgeous, but I don't have time to do the petals. Psst, don't worry about the petals. Nobody's gonna know. And look how pretty. Your flower will be so pretty. Nobody will even know there's a petal missing or my center flower thingy majiggy missing. Nobody will know. That's the great thing about these that I really, really love for so many reasons is that it is so easy that to add these things in there and you get such a beautiful flower, even if you leave off a little piece, kind of like what we're doing with the snowman here. And then we put this, I call this the rooster because he's got that rooster kind of pokey thing there. Is it the wattle? No, that's not the wattle. I don't know my chicken parts. I like chickens, but I don't know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you mail your cards, I mean, sometimes, Christine, I just am like, I know the mailman's going to be smiling when he sees me coming, with all the foam tape. And I'm just like, but I don't care. I'm excited. And other times I'm like, can I cram this in a box? Like, who am I mailing a box to soon that I could stick this card in there so I don't have to pay the extra postage? So yeah, those, if you're sending your friend a birthday gift, like you can go nuts with the fluff, right? Okay. See, I'm talking too much because I'm going to have to probably share my great idea with you instead of showing you, which I feel is unfortunate, but we've been having fun putting flowers together. Okay, and then in the center, we have to put, I got to put it up now. I should have put it here, and I put my snowman there. So I got to put this up. So I'm going to put, so I'm just going to take a piece. Oh, okay, got a piece right here. Look at that. And then I'm going to put another, just a little other piece on there. I just had this, like, I don't usually waste my 1-inch foam tape by any stretch of the imagination, but I just had this piece kind of lurking in my bin. So I was like, what the heck? Why not? Right? Why not? All right, there we go. So there. So now, see, you can see the little bit of, just a little difference, but nobody's going to notice if you leave this little piece off there. Okay, so we have 3 magnolias. I'm going to call that, I think, good. We have 13 minutes. If we need to make another magnolia, we can. But what I was going to show you, okay, we're going to take a piece, and it can be any brown cardstock you want. I love the dark chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate, but I love dark chocolate cardstock. All right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to trace this on the back. Okay. So I'm just making sure it's on here. All right. So then we're going to come in and we're going to trace, trace, trace. Doobie 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 doop, trace, trace, trace. We're going to trace, trace, trace. And Tracy's like, what? Why do you keep saying my name? Doobie doobie doo boop 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 doobie. We need tracing music, just like die cutting music. So hopefully you don't mind. I'm boop boop adoobieing my own die cutting / tracing music. I think it's considered music, or maybe it's worse than music. I don't know. I apologize. If it's horrible, I apologize. Okay, and I'm just holding that kind of fiddly bit down. Oh, goodness. Dexy's getting in his crinkle box. Sorry about that, guys. I had to move his crinkle box in here. He gets in there when he gets anxious. All right, I think that's good. I think, oh, no, we didn't trace. We got to trace here. Whoops. Doop a doop, doo boop 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 a doobie. All right, we got to trace up here, and we got to trace up here, and then that goes there. Okay, so if you do this, then you'll get the branch going in the right direction that matches. But this also, and I mean, honestly, it's a branch. So it's not like you have to cut this perfectly. You know, I know many of us like to cut things nicely and have a pretty project. I'm right there with you. But, you know, this is a branch. So you don't even have to like trace this. You could just freehand, you know, draw a branch, so to speak, or freehand cut a branch. But for those of us that freehand is the most terrifying word in the crafting kingdom, right up there with fussy cutting, this is a way to get around it. So I wanted to show you this little trickaroo. Now make sure, because for a branch, it doesn't really matter, right? But like if you're doing this with something that position or like orientation matters, that's why I flipped the stencil over and did it on the back of the paper. So the other reason doing it on the back of the paper is I can cut like a maniac and be out of the lines, and I can look like I just ate 5 gallons of ice cream and I'm hopped up on sugar, and going wild and can't cut a straight line. And nobody's going to know because my pencil marks are all on the back. And here I didn't trace all the branch anyways, so I've got to go back in, and I'm just going to make it up, right? Just going to make it all up because nobody's going to know. Okay, and then just kind of trim down, and then up here, I think I faked a good branch. I think I faked a nice branch. So see, when you flip it over, cool, huh? All right, so here we go. We're going to cut down on this one. Oh my gosh, I'll have to make 3 cards with you guys next time. I'm just going to finish one today. But I feel like I'm doing good since I'm a little dizzy. And so I feel accomplished. And I did so much today. So I feel good. Do. I mean, crafting, how can you not feel good, right? All right. So I hope, and this too, I think for some folks in your lives, you could use this as a masculine card too, I think. Again, depending on the colors that you use, flowers are not a guaranteed no-no for men. Men like flowers too. So you can do, in my opinion, floral masculine cards. And if you disagree with me, that is okay. That is fine. But I do have men in my life that love flowers, and they love to get floral cards. So if I didn't give them floral cards, I would get, why don't I get a floral card? My family, my uncle would do that. What, am I not good enough for a floral card? How come I don't get a floral card? Oh, he's so cute though. He's 83. He's just adorable. All right. He used to tease me when I was little for wearing scrunchies. I always remember that. But he is adorable. All right, here we go. So after all that hot mess, right? But look at this. Look how cool. So now we can come over and, okay, what I'm going to do, right, is you can trim it down to fit in your vase, right? Because you don't want it showing. I mean, if it was glass, yeah, it would show up through. I don't think it would be as prominent coming through this section. So you could trim off like that section and put it in. But I think it also, while it's not necessarily realistic, right? I think there's a whoop factor to it. And that's a friend's factor. Oh, we got Mount Glusuvius going on here. All right, hold on. Hold the phone. Mount Glusuvius. All right. You just have to burp your glue. I thought you only burped babies. I didn't realize you had to burp glue too until I started using bottle glue. Then I learned you burp glue. All right. So now we have 3. So we're going to make the most of these, right? So I'm going to put this one here. I'll put this one up here. Okay. And then actually we have like 5 minutes. So I have plenty of time to put together one of my little triangle ones here. I got a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's a 1. That's a 2. That must be a 3. Is that a 3? That's a 3. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see. Those are diamonds. Those are diamonds. No, those are arrows. Oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have. I haven't had coffee in a while. And this morning I was a little tired and I'm like, oh, I probably should have a cup of coffee. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe it was not a good idea. I just had Gatorade the rest of the day because I've been horrible at drinking water. So I haven't gotten dehydrated because I have a Gatorade every other day. I have a Gatorade. But I've been drinking a lot of ginger ale too. I almost broke into the fancy Canadian ginger ale. Because that, if you ever have a chance to have Sussex ale, oh, it's so good. It comes in a gold can and everything. It's just the best ginger ale I've ever had in my entire life. And I feel like a connoisseur of ginger ale. I've had a lot of ginger, like ginger beer, which ginger beer is not actually a beer, it's a ginger ale. It's just usually a very strong ginger ale, lots of ginger. So depending on the company that makes it will depend on like the strength of it. All right. And then this one is the Arrow one. And so we're going to do this one. We're going to do the little center. Do boop boo doop boo doop boop boo doop boop boop boo doobie doo. Okay. And then we have this guy, I think goes on here after. I apologize again. Dexy's back. He's been weird lately for those of you that know Dexy. I think he's scared with all the boxes. I keep telling him he's coming with me. I would never leave him behind. But he doesn't seem sold on the idea. Or maybe he was hoping to get left behind. He's like, oh God, she's taking me with her. No! It's one or the other. I'm not sure which situation he's more worried about. Okay, so this one goes, well, it goes over here-ish, but for time reasons, we're going to plop that right on there. And we're going to consider it an avant-garde. Avant-garde, right? That's, yeah, it looks like it fits there, so it's gonna. Okay, and nobody's going to know because you guys are so not saying anything, right? Oh, look at that. We have 2 minutes to get our sentiment on there. We got this. All right. So then we're going to put this guy over here, right? And then, okay. Oh, this is a toughie. Okay. It's going to be okay. That, for me, speaking as a person who got a lot of these cards, that angered me. The earring, it'll be all right. It'll be okay. And I'm like, it'll never be okay again. What do you know? You don't know anything. So yeah, that was a rough one for me. I didn't like when people said that to me. Okay. I got very upset. It still strikes a chord a little bit, you may have noticed. You may have noticed. Okay. We're going rogue with a stamp block. Do, 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 do. We're going crazy. Okay. I'm going to practice stamp this one. Okay. So just make sure I like how it's stamping. I like to check the pressure and how much I'm pushing down on it. And I also like to check and make sure it's going to stamp nicely. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You know what? Because I haven't really glued anything down and I can cut the vase out. So we're going to do just here. Okay. Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad you guys joined me. It's so much fun. I look forward to these. Even if I'm tired when I start, like that's gone in seconds because I'm like, I got all my friends. I'm here with my friends. Like, let's craft. I get so happy. And then Angel's here with us today. That makes me very happy. I love all my girls that are behind the scenes, but Angel and Han I've been with the longest. So it's always nice to see them. And I'm doing this just to cover myself, just because. Okay. I probably should have, if you're going to make this card, if you're going to take this idea and make this card, okay, I'm going to recommend do your because first. It's not the worst thing I've ever stamped in my life, right? Like, but you know, I wouldn't be happy with that. I will definitely restamp that. And I'm going to do my because first. And then I'm going to move the because over and tuck the J. So the J is going to come over here down there. So, and then I'll just trim out my vase. Easy enough to trim. But so this, after all of it, let me move the junk out of the way here so that you guys can see the finished card. And I promise next time I will make more cards because this time I only gave you one. Now you could, you wouldn't want to put that one there, but if you wanted to, you could put this here, you know, like it was coming out of the vase or something if you wanted to. But you know, either way, either one. But I hope this has shown you different ways to use the stencils that come with your kit. And that even though, because actually, this card was inspired by Pam because she asked me, she said, is there a die for the branch? Where's the branch die? And I said, no, there is no die for the branch. And then I started thinking, and I'm like, all right, how do I get the branch into a die, right? Like, how do I make that into a die? How do I get that cut out? Just flip that stencil. Like I said, you want to flip the stencil and your paper. The paper so you don't see the pencil marks, and the stencil so it's the right orientation. Like I said, for this, it doesn't really matter. But if you keep this technique in mind, something down the road, it might matter. So you want to keep, it's good to follow the rules, even if it doesn't matter on that project, so that if on your next project it does, you remember that. So I hope you guys had fun. Yes, this would be beautiful on a scrapbook page. This would be a phenomenal slimline card, friends. We don't make enough of those. I almost did today, but I had all the bases. I found like 5 inches of bases cut. So I got bases, man. I got all about the base, right? Okay. I've had too much fun with you guys today, if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the card today. I hope it gave you some additional inspiration on how to tackle some of those harder topics that are on the card list that we have, because we love to make those cards, whether they're sad or happy, but some of them are a little bit more challenging. So I hope this helps you out just a little bit if you're having to create a card that's a little bit more challenging for you to do for a challenging occasion. And we look forward to seeing you. We will be back next week with another live and some more inspiration for you. So we hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We can't wait to see you. From all of us at Altenew, thank you so much for allowing us to help you craft your life. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.